Foundation English 1, semester 1. This is common for all the first years of Tamil Nadu University run colleges. So already I have made for 1.1 and 1.2. This is 1.3. In the unit 1 we have the first poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear, by Rabindranath Tagore. First, we'll read the poem. Where the mind is without fear, where the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So, very nicely written. Actually, this is a part of Gitanjali, the the poem written by Rabindranath Tagore, Gitanjali. As part of this Gitanjali poem, we have one part of that poem to be said as Where the Mind is Without Fear, and so we have a neatly written poem about uh, this part, which is going to only talk about how a person should lead his life. Okay, so here you could see nicely the words are fragmented, where he's talking about the domestic walls, he's talking about the truth, he's talking about reasons. Okay, and how you have to wide up your action for making your thoughts and action come true in this world. So this particular poem about Rabindranath Tagore, we'll try to go deeper into the lines in the next slide. He's talking about freedom of thought and expression. The poet, what he tries to say is, the poet envisions a nation where individuals are free to think critically and express their thoughts without fear of a reprisal. Okay, the phrase "where the mind is without fear" encapsulates this idea. So he just wants us to think and have a mind where the mind is without fear. Okay, a mind that has a free, that is very free to think critically and express its thoughts. This is the first issue which Rabindranath Tagore tries to encapsulate for you. Knowledge and enlightenment. He is talking about, emphasizes the in the line, knowledge is free, highlights the idea that knowledge should be accessible to all without any restrictions. So he's talking about knowledge and enlightenment. See, if everybody needs to be engulfed with knowledge, so it is free and it has to be given to everybody, and its accessibility must be made without any restrictions. Then he is talking about unity and harmony. So Tagore dreams about of a united nation where it has no divisions like caste, creed, and religion. It desires a society where people are bound by a sense of shared humanity. So this is very important thought he is talking here. He is talking about the unity of people around across the country. Reason and progress extols the power of reason and critical thinking. He urges people to break free from the shackles of tradition and superstition and embrace progress. So you should come out of all the kinds of traditional and superstitious values, and you should go ahead towards becoming more and more progressive method, in the progressive way, and not pulling your legs down with many kinds of other distractions. So this is the reason and progress is talking. And the next one is talking in this poem is about the aspirations for perfection. So the poem inspires individuals to strive for excellence in all their endeavors. Okay, you should excel in all your work which you are doing. It encourages them to reach their full potential and contribute to betterment of society. So as an individual, you should be inspiring yourself to strive for your excellence. Okay, where you will reach your full potential and you will be contributing to the betterment of the society. That is what he's trying to say. So ultimately, Where the Mind is Without Fear is a timeless message of hope and inspiration. It continues to resonate with readers around the world, reminding us of the importance of freedom, knowledge, and human dignity. So it's the main thing which Tagore tries to portray in this poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. And when we see some question answers part, like you can get some questions like what is the meaning of Gitanjali. Gitanjali is the song of the song offerings. Tagore prays to God to get a free country as the motherland is in clutches of slavery. So it is, this is a time when he was writing, like when we were under the Britishers' rule. So he was trying to pray to God that we should come out of the clutches of the Britishers, where the mind does not fear, right? The importance of the light. So here he says that only a free mind can do things in a composed manner. Okay, the people are in doubt and have fear in mind, which makes the British rulers enslave us. This was a booster line and helped the people overcome fear. So he was trying to give a lot of uh, inputs to people through his poems where they should be brave enough to face the British rulers. So this is a line where the mind is without fear. So when you have a mind without any fear in it, you will be doing your things in a composed manner, the right manner. Okay, so that is what this main line where the mind is without fear says. And then you can even talk about some figure of speech over here. We have metaphors, clear stream of reason used to awaken the minds of people. And tireless striving stretches its arms as a personification, where striving its arms are personified as a person. It is a simple person with eight poem with 8 lines. Okay, so very nicely he has used Rabindranath Tagore has used his metaphor in this line, and then we can see a personification used in the line. And the next thing you can be asking about is he is the first Asian to receive the Nobel Prize. So that's another question. Rabindranath Tagore was the first Asian to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature for his greatest poem Gitanjali in 1913. He has written many songs to awaken the slumbering minds of the people towards freedom. So this is the right time. Okay, he was trying to envisage people with regards to telling them how they should face and embrace a mind with lots of courage to face the Britishers. So, and then how many poems are there in Gitanjali? I said no, there are. It's a compilation of many poems together. So there are 157 poems in Gitanjali or devotion to God. The prescribed poem Gitanjali 35 is an inspirational poem and also sung to motivate the tiresome minds. So it was originally written in Bengali and was translated by Tagore himself. So these are all your things which you should know about your poem. Some glossaries I made. You can write fragments to break into small pieces. Striving, try hard to achieve, dreary, desolate, gloomy, stretches you can say, extend, prolong. And then when you talk about just if you want to make an essay or a summary of this, you can make use of this paraphrase. You can pause the video and you can make a note of it and you can learn it and you can reproduce it in your exams. The first line starts with where the mind is without fear. There can be no troubles. Only a disturbed mind gets affected by trivial happenings of the day-to-day life. The burden mounts in such a way that the man will never look straight. He will always look down in fear of losing some valuable things. So Tagore asks the people to hold their head high and tall, not succumb to the situation. Knowledge is a elixir of life, but people are not allowed to learn it for free. The ignorance of people has been taken as an advantage by the rulers. Hence, knowledge should be made free to make a decision and solve the problems. So this is how, like, he's trying to acknowledge his lines over here, saying this the people how they should be holding their heads high and trying to get the knowledge and it should be a free education and ignorance should not be there because that will be advantage to the rulers. These are the things he's trying to say. The world is for humans, but they would like to conquer other countries and become selfish in making boundaries based on caste and religion and dividing the land to pieces, making other people as slaves. So this caste creed religious system of it is there, they'll start dividing the country. So he is asking the people not to be divided with all these kinds of things. They live in a four-walled room with their customs and traditions. They fail to see the vastness of the outer world of equality and freedom. They are not satisfied in having a land of their own but are greedy to acquire all. So the mind is without fear. Again, one first thing when is talking about uh, he's talking about the things that is the past, and now he's talking about the things that we should be not talking is about the creed and religious systems he's talking. And then finally they divulge deep into the words spoken that the depth depth of the truth vanish. The virtue of seeking truth should be ultimate one. So what is the thing is you should seek the truth. The persons who tirelessly work stretch themselves to achieve perfection. So you should always be like that. You should achieve perfection. The reasoning capacity should not get dry, as sands of deserts having the habit of orthodox thought. The mind, after being broadened by the thoughts of actions of freedom, seeks the blessings of God. He prays that his countrymen are in a slumber mood and pleased to be awakened from the coils of slavery and get independent. So very nicely is giving one neat thought that you people are all living in orthodox way, and then the mind is not being broadened. So try to come out of all these things and seek them. And he wants us to seek the blessings of the God. He prays that this country's man is coming out of the slumber mood and needs to be awakened from the coils of slavery, that is from the clutches of the slavery, that is the Britishers, and be independent. Okay, so these are all the things Gandhiji, no sorry, Rabindranath Tagore tries to say in this lesson, where the mind is not fear. So try to read the slide and the question and answers part and improve your lesson part. Thank you so much. Meet you in the next slide. Thank you.